Alright, so this war we have Kingpin, Absorbing Man, and Ghost Bands. Alright, Boss Island, JJ, you've got Valkyrie and Jabari Panther, Mangog, you've got Scorpion and S99, Spam, you've got Fury and Mole Man, Atuma, you've got Apocalypse, Colossus, Domino, you've got Shuri and Omega Sentinel, Adam, you've got Claire and Rintrah or Wiccan, and then Weapon X, you've got Lady D. You can Quake it. You can also throw Omega Sentinel or Iceman. And then Bishop, you've got Fanta or Omega Sentinel. 1 through 3 on the way out, Korg, Omega Sentinel, or Falcon. Path 1, the whole thing, Omega Sentinel or Civil Warrior. Path 2, Mojo, you've got S99 or Titania. Terrax, you can use Hulkling or any other shock immune. So one of the storms will work too. Path 3, Infamous Doom, CGR, or Claire, and then Longshot, Titania, or S99. 4 through 6 on the way out, Maw. You've got Human Torch and Titania, Zemo on the way in. You've got Magneto, Omega Sentinel, or Civil Warrior. Path 4 there, Fanta, you've got Hulkling, or you could try Valkyrie or CGR. And then Null, you've got Doom, can probably even get away with Shang-Chi. Path 5, Quicksilver, Fury or Mole Man, Chavez, Titania, or Human Torch. Path 6, Annihilus, you've got Doom. You've also got Shang-Chi. He works pretty well, so a slow counter would work, so Quicksilver as well. And then Apocalypse, you've got Omega Sentinel, you've got Shuri, you've got plenty of options for him there. 7 through 9 on the way out, Magneto can get away with Shuri, can get away with 1 or 2 of the mutant options, like Sunspot. You just have to naturally get that armor up. I am blanking on actual... Oh, you can use Omega Sentinel. On the way in, Absorbing Man, Cassie, or Human Torch. Just slap an Odin pre-fight on that to help with the shock for Human Torch. Path 7, Gallon, you've got Blade, you can use Doom. Kate, you can use Iceman, you can use Namor, you can use Apocalypse. Path 8, Tigra, Titania, or S99. Gore, you've got Spidey Supreme, Chavez, or Hood. Path 9, Kindred, you can use Apocalypse, can also use Scorpion. And then for Toad, you've got Warlock, you've got Omega Sentinel, you have options. Looking back at section 2, 1 through 3 on the way in, Sauron, you've got Omega Sentinel and Civil Warrior. Fury, you've got Apocalypse, maybe Colossus. Photon on the way in. Crossbones, probably your best bet. Jabari Panther might work as well. You just want that Black Panther synergy to really help with hazard shift. 1 through 3 in section 1, no node. Path 1, thing, you can use Warlock and just parry heavy the whole time. Can also use someone like Wiccan or Tigra. Can also use Crossbones or Valkyrie. Nova, you've got Magneto, you've got Doom. Path 2, Rintrah there, S99 or Titania. Path 3, Nimrod, you've got Nebula, you've got Hulkling, and you've got Gallon. 4 through 6 on the way out, Storm, got Omega Sentinel, you got Civil Warrior, just want a armor burn champ that has an armor pretty much the whole time. Path 4 there, Mantis, any of the mutant armor burn options, or even just using Valkyrie and hitting only into block. And then Doom, you've got Cassie, you've got Quicksilver. Path 5 there, Hulkling, you've got Hood, Chavez, Claire, and then Immortal Abomination, any of your poison immune. So Hulkling will work, any of the robots will work. And then path 6, Kitty, you've got Fanta, Civil Warrior, Omega Sentinel. 7 through 9 on the way out, Sasquatch. You've got Human Torch, can probably get away with Rolk as well. Path 5, Kingpin, you've got Namor. You also have Apocalypse. And then for Dragon Man, you can use Apocalypse as well, or you can use Nebula or any of your science counters. Path 8, Spidey Supreme, S99 or Titania. And then Path 9, the whole thing can be taken with Shang-Chi. Just look out for that stun duration with Shocker. If not, you can go with Jabari Panther. And again, with that OG Black Panther synergy. So that does it for defense. Let's take a look at attack. All right, so War 2 is against Legion. Today I'll be taking in OG Spider-Man, Omega Sentinel, and Magneto, House of X. I've got Path 2 in Section 1, Path 1 in Section 2, and a mini-boss on Boss Island. So OG Spidey making a debut. He is rank 2. I am taking one fight with him. It is this Rintrah on Path 2. Some benefits that should work here are that 1, his stun duration cannot be decreased, and that includes parry stuns. So that part of the node is completely gone. And then every time you place a non-damaging debuff, drip feed, placebo, timer will reset. So you can avoid a lot of these extra buffs with MD. Or so I thought. So the game plan here to keep Rintrah's charges low was just to parry heavy as we build the special 2, do a medium into the special 2, and then go back to heavy attacks while Rintrah is stunned. Rinse and repeat. Some other big benefit here is that just OG Spidey is going to taunt the heck out of Rintrah, so we're going to get a lot of special attacks out really quickly. But what we will notice almost immediately are that these taunts are not resetting the placebo timer. So I was a little worried and panicked here at the start. I said nothing I can do about it now. Let's just stick to the game plan and hope that we can avoid any special 3 tanking. We've got the invulnerability if it comes to that. So going pretty smooth here. Another thing we're noticing is that the neutralize is not preventing the drip feed. So on top of the fact that the timer is not being reset, it appears that, after talking with some people, that the drip feed buff comes from Rintrah. So unless he's neutralized, it's not going to prevent Spidey from getting the buff. I know that sounds interesting, but that's kind of how Man-Thing works with putting his buffs on his opponent and Tigra actually working for him. But you can see here, this is going really well. We have some really nice damage on those special 2s. We're not taking any risks here with Dex. We're just parrying everything, and then boom, down goes Rintrah. So I was pretty happy with the debut, even though the node was somewhat bugged with the way the description read. So that was the end of Spidey's war. We move on, and we immediately slap on recoil, and we finish the rest of this war with Omega Sentinel and her just overpowering the global. So Sauron here. Buffet is the only concern. Passive regen does not lead to unblockable, so his own regen is not going to work here. We have placed the heal block debuff so that we can immediately just prevent any healing from this fight, and now it's just straight combo him in the face until he's gone. We are going to throw one special 2, and by the time we get it out or with the last hit, Sauron will be no more. So max recoil, usually the plan with any fight, especially the fights coming up, are that, oh no, we don't quite KO him. It's fine, we take some recoil damage, not a big deal. Are that we're going to be sticking to basic attacks, and we're just going to be stripping away power, prowess, and just not ever worrying about special attacks. Move on spot here. I do not place the tracking debuff. I place the heal block. We want to avoid having an unblockable spot here, and that heal block will prevent reinvigorate unblockable. Anyways, you don't want to actually counter the miss with spot. It'll lead to ruptures. So game plan here is the same as any other. We're going to make sure a heal block is up at all times. We're going to build to a special 2 attack. We're going to pay attention to his spots, and hopefully when he hits 5, we have him at a special attack ready to go so that we can retaliate somewhere in the special attack to trigger his untouchable. So there it is, 5 spots, but we got a special attack off. And here, I'm just like, you know what, you're pretty much gone. I'm not going to be putting up with this. Let's go ahead and trigger untouchable there. We take 2 hits, no big deal. He just melts out as we wait for untouchable to end. And there he goes. So easy, easy, easy counter. Move on here. Professor X, we are actually placing the tracking debuff here because we don't have to worry about any healing since we are buffet immune. So he won't go unblockable from Reinvigorate. We are just going to be concerned with his Falter, and we are going to take care of that with the tracking debuff. So here it's just making sure parries stick. I'm not setting myself up so that we always get a parry. I'm just going to block, intercept, bait out heavies, bait out special attacks for my openings. And if we happen to parry stun, I'm going to notice it fast enough that I'm going to attack when he is stunned. But yeah, this is the fight. This is all it is. There's nothing special here. It is quite comical. Move on to a fight I've done before last season. We were taking Korg here with Omega Sentinel again. Game plan here is to never throw a special attack. We won't gain a bar of power anyways since we constantly recycle armor ups, and Burden of Might does a good job of keeping us from gaining power due to that. So here we have a White Magneto pre-fight. Really important to avoid thorn damage with it. So here it's just light attacks while he's stunned so we can get rid of the rock armor. And then when we have an opening, we have placed the heal block debuff weapon so we can go ahead and heal block him when we finish combos with mediums. This is just so that we can do complete combos instead of short combos once the rock stacks are gone. And since Omega Sentinel's medium attacks, I think specifically the last one, are energy based, that will trigger the prowess and the node and the healing and everything. So we don't want him to go unblockable from our mediums. So having that debuff there prevents the reinvigorate, just like on the path prior. So this is all it is. Bullying Korg. You see we flirt there with his special attack for a long time. And he finally throws special 1, but this is all the fight is. It's just a slugfest. You're just knocking Korg out with your fists. But pretty simple fight. Nothing really to it. And we are here, close to the last combo. Probably one more set will do it. He's still got some rock stacks. I'm going to avoid the thorn damage, and down he goes in the next combo. Oh, no, one more hit. There we go. So, cleaning it up. Not much damage, or not much health lost. Our last fight is us just taking advantage of the pretty much lack of crit fail against Domino using Omega Sentinel. I didn't want to invuln here, but decided to. I didn't want to get clipped by something. I don't really build to the point where I get a plasma so that I can gain some power. I'm just focused on paying attention to when Domino's lucky and not getting pulverized by an evade attack. And then not accidentally stunning, since we can reliably stun here due to the ability accuracy prevention when she evades, and then we quickly throw our block up. So just slow playing it, watching what's going on, reacting, and just like before, punching Domino in the face, which is why I've got max recoil on so that we can get the most out of every hit as we just sit here and basic attack her down. So it's actually going pretty quick. I'd say for a fight where you have to slow down sometimes and your only source of damage is punching in the face, I'm at about a minute here and she's already past 50%. So pretty good, especially for a mini boss. At least in my book, pretty good. But this is it. There she is, lucky. I think I call it out in the video. Shuri can take this fight as well, since she's got the immunity to ability accuracy modification, so she won't take crit fail from Domino. And then even better, she's got the shock after taking enough blocked hits, or any blocked hits, so you can actually gain power here. Maybe DOT her down faster than Omega Sentinel would. And down she goes. So just outside of 2 minutes. So that was the end of my war, mostly an Omega Sentinel war. Our battle group recovered nicely from last war. 0 deaths to their 1. And then we actually won this war 8-2. So pretty solid showing. Of course, BGT2 cleans it up and it makes it look like a very good war. So very proud of that. Only the second war and it feels like some of the rust is already off. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Give it a like, hit subscribe, and I will catch you guys at the next war.